Zelyon here. I wanted to shake things up, kind of do something different than I normally have been doing. I usually do about 4 or 5 videos and post them individually, so you can see the matchups between the deck and other decks, like a Rakdos, an Izzet, or mono white or green or something like that. So this time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a whole video with nothing but this deck versus I'll try to mix it up and try to show you different types of decks. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I was recording the games and I found myself just winning and winning and winning. I'm not trying to brag, but it's just normally I don't get into winning that much. I usually will win one or two, then it turns down. I lose two, I go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But I found with this one, I finally got into a groove with this pure aggro deck. And when I say pure, I mean there is no spells in this at all. It's just nothing but creatures. And the synergy is awesome. So I found that with the Escort that you see here, that's new from Crimson Vow, the playability of this, when you get Usher out first turn, and then you get your Luminarch Aspirant second turn, you put the counter on the Usher, and then you get Escort out. Protects the Usher. What's really cool is fourth turn, Intrepid Adversary. Naturally, you pay the extra 2 to put counters on all your creatures. So at that point, the Luminarch, the Usher, and the Escort all have +1/+1. So now the Escort can sacrifice itself and protect the Luminarch or the Intrepid now. Even though the Intrepid already has lifelink, it becomes indestructible at that point. So you gain life and indestructibility if you find yourself behind. I thought that was a pretty cool addition to this deck. Another one from Crimson Vow I put in was Thalia. I felt this was good against control decks. I put only 2 in there so I don't have to worry about having more in my hand and it going against the legendary rule. I found that going against Dimir, especially with the blood and the snow, being able to have that farther out and not have to worry about it was amazing, because once you really start getting rolling, the damage starts going up real quick. And I only run Plains and Faceless Haven because, like I said, pure creature. And I found also that the right mix in the hand was definitely either a Brutal or a Skyclave, because that was very important on turn 3 to get out a creature that was just going to give me problems, like some of the zombie decks you'll see. Getting the right card out at the right time and debating, whether or not to Brutal or Skyclave, because sometimes I got both of them in my hand. I'll explain in the videos that it's very important to make sure you do the right one at the right time. And then, of course, your elite Spellbinder, that messes a lot of people up. So that way you can get when you get into the mid game, where control decks start to really take over, you're already hammered them down to hopefully below 10 life if you can. But overall, this whole deck I was just really, really amazed with. And I'm going to show you the stats. I'm not trying to brag or anything, so take it with a grain of salt, because, win rate is, dependent on how you play. But 12-2 today, I played 1 hour and 17 minutes. Trying to find 1 hour and 17 minutes as a father of 3 is amazing. I do this a lot during my lunchtime at work. I make the videos and the content for you guys, and then after work, I kind of put all that stuff together for you guys so you can see it. That's why my videos come out so late at night. But you can see that this is version 2. I played around early and took out some stuff, put some stuff in. I found that, a lot of stuff was just not working with it, like the Savior. For some reason, I only had one because I could only craft one. Just wasn't working for me. I found Maul Skyclaves a little too slow. The 3 mana slot that I would cast this, I could cast a Skyclave or Brutal or an Elite and find myself in a better position. Faithbound Judge, I just threw this in there to see whether or not I can, win the game another way, and I just didn't find that. Again, it was taking up that 3 mana slot, and it was better served elsewhere using that mana. And I did take out the Stonebinder's Familiar. I did enjoy playing this, but I put in the escorts to see whether or not I could, help my creatures survive another round with indestructibility. And I found that it's up to you. You could put these in, it'll still work, but I found the escort in some cases was really needed, to get a creature out that you really just did not want to sacrifice your creature to block, But yeah, overall, I mean, I really enjoyed playing this deck. I don't like to play something that's 25% of the meta, but today I needed to gain some ground on the ladder, so I was like, what the heck, mono white's meta, and it's 25% of the meta, and you can check that over here. If you go to Untapped GG and you do meta, you can see, what the win rates are today and what's popular today on the right hand side. And look at this, 23.9% mono white aggro, of course. And then your green, and then your Izzets, and I tried to play into lower. I like to play the Rakdos vampires. I got a couple videos up on those. Mono black control is one of my favorites. It's just, you can see all that on Untapped GG, and I was like, okay, well, I need to climb the ladder, so let's just go for it and put some new Crimson Vow in it, and let's go. And it did not disappoint. I highly recommend crafting it if you can, and go play. Leave comments below on some of the cards you would sub in, or maybe some of the enchantments that you think would help, better further the deck. But I look forward to reading those comments, and enjoy yourself. And I'm not going to do an outro for this, so I thank you for watching. And if you got any value out of this video at all, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out, and I would deeply appreciate it. Stay safe, keep on gaming, and I'll see you next time. Alright, back on ladder. Change a little bit of the deck. Added in some more 4-ofs to get back into the original build of this deck. It's not too bad. First turn, second turn, third turn, if we draw another snow-covered plains or Faceless Haven. I took out Cave. I didn't want to really play with Cave that much anymore because it wasn't really doing anything for me. But on the left-hand side, you can see the kind of the deck makeup. One of the new cards that I put, the Allenbrock Escort, it has Vigilance, and you get to sacrifice it, and target creature that has a +1/+1 counter gains lifelink and indestructible. It's great teaming that up with Luminarch. Okay, so they play Snow Covered, so it might be Orzhov Angels. So Redain here in this spot is really a good call because of their snow coming in tapped. Let's attack with Sun Gold. But yeah, I put in the Escort to work with Luminarch. I put in Thalia just in case we go against maybe some Izzet or Izzet turns, Izzet dragons, anything that will try to use a lot of spell power. I think that's pretty much it. Really didn't have a good selection for white that I really wanted to play in my aggro deck. Unless I went all straight spirits. Alright, let's see what's in their hand. Alright, so they're playing the Marshals. Let's get that out of here so they don't have to keep Could really use a Luminarch. They don't play the replant? Okay. So now we have 3, 4, 4, 3. Let's sacrifice the elite, see what it does. It'd be great if once I get Luminarch out, opponent's down to 8, then I could change one of these to this to maybe a 3, and then the Sun Goal becomes unblockable. And there it is. Okay, save 4, 3, 4, 4. So I need to make one a 5. Now I get to activate the ability, and it's can't be blocked by white. All right. So it take out my Spellbinder, and they block that, and they're going to take 5. I could have sacrificed the Escort to save the Spellbinder. That's alright. That's another thing that's great about this Escort is that when Intrepid Adversary comes out, it puts counters on everything, so now it becomes where I could save anything I want. Now they're going to attack. Now I gotta figure out where I want to block. They don't attack. Okay. Alright, so 5, 4, 2. Three. Immune to white. That's game. Is there any problem with having all white on your board? I don't think they realize it yet. Alright. On to the next one. Start climbing that ladder. Almost forgot to hit record there. Just started. I looked over and the record button wasn't on. I'm like, uh-oh. Alright. Let's get Escort out. Get Sun Gold, Luminarch, and then we can take out any of their creatures. Blue so far could be a Dimir Control. I'm wondering if they're going to Fading Hope. It does stick, so which means they probably do have a Fading Hope. So the Sentinel will come back to my hand. Scry to the top. We'll get 1 damage in. So this does look like it's a control deck. Yep, there it is. Swamp. Alright, let's recast Sentinel. And it does stick. So do they have another Fading Hope? So what's good about Sentinel coming out is that if they play Leer in the deck, Fading Hope, we get to exile. Even though they... Oh, they're going to use the Siphon Insight on me. Okay. Alright, let's get another 1 damage to the face. That's what's great about that, is it just keeps exiling every time it attacks. There you go. Take a look. My Brutals and Skyclave don't do anything for me in this deck anyway, so... Alright, let's get 4 to the face. Let's take that out so they can't use it with Leer. And they can't recast it now. So they get the Spellbinder back, but it comes in my side because it was mine to begin with. And I get to look at their hand. That is a sweet move. I love it when people don't realize that. Oh yeah. Bye-bye. Oh, I wish I had another Elite Spellbinder. Let's see, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They'll be down to 1. My goodness, I'm so glad that I hit record when I noticed that it wasn't recording. You would not have been able to see that sweet move with the Elite Spellbinder. Just remember that when somebody Siphon Insights... Okay, and they go ahead and scoop. When they Siphon Insight, and they cast your card, and then you exile it, and then they destroy that creature that exiles it, it comes right back to your side. So having that Elite Spellbinder, you know, be able to look at their hand, that was awesome. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so I made sure I press record for this. I almost didn't record last game, and that would have sucked. Alright, so 3. We're not too bad. I wish we had a 1-drop, but it's okay. We'll get there. Hopefully they play Snow so we can slow them down. Plus being on the play at first round creature would have been nice. So far, mono green. This might give us a challenge. I know the last game it was Dimir Control, but I don't think they had the right cards at the right time, because I was able to take them down pretty quick. Yeah, let's get the Sculptor out. We definitely do not want them to be able to untap. And because they do play Snow, Redain's going to be good in this spot. Okay, Augur, and they're going to play land off their deck anyway. Alright, let's stop them from getting Azika's Chariot out next turn. I wonder if they'll trade. Or should I wait? The problem is I don't have the 4th land to Intrepid. I get Brutal next turn to bypass. Let's see if they'll trade. I've got enough creatures. Alright. So if they do have a Blizzard Brawl, they could do the Skyclave. I didn't get the land. Thank goodness I didn't do it that way. So they do have enough for Zika's Chariot now. Alright, let's see. They do block with the... Oh, they do double block. Okay. Thank goodness I got another one in my hand. Alright. Old growth troll throws. So I do get the 4th land. Down to 10. And they draw the Faceless Haven. And they scoop. Oh my. Probably saw that it was probably futile. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Went against Mono Green last game. Worked well in my favor getting Redain out on their Snowlands. Alright, 2 Sun Gold. Need a 3rd land, definitely. This one's turn 4. Let's hope we get another land, so we can do the Adeline and the Brutal. And the Spellbinder. I forget how many land I play in this deck. 24? 22. Because I just packed it with creatures. The only new ones that I put in here is the Escort and Thalia. Oh, mono white. Cool. Definitely need a Redain. No, they're not playing snow, so maybe not. Alright. Portable Hole. We're definitely going to get served this game. Come on, land. No land. But Thalia is nice. Now let's see if they have Fading Hope. Savior. Nice. There's that land. Good. Alright. What do I want to do here? So whenever Savior of Amonkhet trains, which means when they attack, I get to exile a creature. So it's almost like a Skyclave and a Brutal. I would imagine next turn this is probably going to go up by 1, so I just went to face. Maybe that was too aggressive. And they foretell with 2 mana open. They decide not to attack. Let's see if they'll counter this. Okay, so it could be... Alright, they got a Dominic. Not worried about it. Negate target creature's non-creature spell. The only thing I have in here is the Maul Skyclave, so I'm not worried about it. And Stonebinder. I hate Stonebinder because they could exile. Alright, I don't really use my graveyard either. As they could cast any of those, so it doesn't matter. I don't think they realized that was first strike. Oh, the Doomscar anyway. That's what the Foretold card was. Okay. Alright, so... let's get Adeline out. They get Dominic. So they got a little lifelink on their side. Boy, I'm really getting screwed on the mana here. Let me get the Spellbinder back out. See what they're playing around with. Teferi. Let's get rid of Teferi.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
That way it's 2 more turns before they get... do we want to attack? Because if they train, they get to exile a creature. Yeah. I guess with the cards in my hand, it's going to be too aggressive on my part to try to get the opponent down as fast as possible. Yeah. And finally land, but I think it's too late now. Gonna need some blockers, but that's the only problem with not being able to take out the Savior right now. Guess we get this out. That way we have a little... See, I'm in a corner here because if they attack with the Geist and Savior, they can take out another creature. So I'm gonna have to sit. Because I think it's training is anything that's more powerful, so Geist is more powerful than Savior, so when they attack with... See, that doesn't work. Yep, they realized their mistake. What do I want to do here? Redain and then Usher. Adeline is definitely going to grow bigger. They got to find a way to get rid of it. And they scoop. They don't want to play the game anymore. Wow. Okay. On to the next one. So I'm trying something new versus doing the... I do usually about 4 or 5 videos, and I kind of just post those so you can see the individual matches against the different types of decks. I try to get, like, I'm going against Dimir, Selesnya, you know, Rakdos. I try to get as many, how should I say, variety of different types of decks that I play against. And I think this time I'm going to do what a lot of content creators that I'm watching do, is just kind of put it all in one video and just maybe do chapters. So that way if you could pick and choose, like, you know, like say you're playing a mono white deck and you're want to know how to go against maybe a Rakdos or something, maybe get some tips and tricks on a lot of things that I do. Alright, Shambling Gas. They're going to cook my Sentinel. Can't really do anything until I get to the... Oof. Let's see what they're dealing with over here. Oh. Are we playing a zombie deck? Oh my goodness. Yeah. This one's gonna be tough. This one I hate. And non-token zombie you control dies. That can make, if you're playing pure zombies, that can make a lot of zombies. There's a lot of good cards in here. They need 4 mana for that one. I don't know if I could dance around the... I think comes down to this one right here, because that makes more zombies. I can Skyclave the Fell Stingers. And I would take those out. The Overcharge, they've got to kill one of theirs to counter a spell. That doesn't bother me too much. We're going to get 1 damage here, because I'm not going to entertain taking out a Ghast. Alright, well... No blocks. Alright, cool. That helps me. Let's just start taking them out and just attacking over their head. 17. Alright. Here comes Fell Stinger. They're gonna get a treasure, or they're gonna do the take out the Spellbinder. They'd go for the treasure. Okay. Oh, they get another. So let's get Spellbinder out of the reach of Shambling Ghast. Down to 11. So now they can cast the Headless Rider, which they don't. So they get to draw 2 cards here. They got 4 mana. Necro Duality. Alright. It only works whether or not you've got... you lose one. Doesn't say anything about exiling, right? Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's an exact copy of the creature. Ooh. Let's do another Spellbinder. Alright, so that I don't care about. This one right here. I mean, they could cast it, it doesn't matter, but... Down to 5. Possible lethal next turn if I Skyclave something. But if they bring out a zombie, they're gonna make a token of it. So they have to choose the right zombie that they're gonna bring out. I think Headless Horseman on their side, they let me go. I think they're going to cast the... they're going to try to do the overcharged to flash it in, which has flying. Let's see what they do here. So we got them out. We're gonna have to win it with Sun Gold. I don't know if they could bring anything back, so I don't want them to have that again. So now they could block this Elite Spellbinders. Just chill. They could tilt this game in their favor because of Necro Duality, but I'm gonna try to rely on having Sun Gold Sentinel win it for me if I can get another Necro Duality, so this ought to be fun. And a champion. If I can get Luminarch out, we might be able to pass through and win the game. And that's a no. So they're tapped out now. So let's do this. So all the cards are out. So I got a 3, 3, 4, 4. See, I need a different. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that they could block it all. I'm gonna go down to 1. Doesn't help them. They don't have any flyers, so they can attack all they want. I'll just block with. All right, so 6, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18. I need to block 2. Okay, first strike. I don't want to give up any of the Skyclaves to give them another blocker, especially a flyer. So I would take 9, and they're got 1 mana open. They need to find a flyer for 1. And that's it. That was a pretty cool game. I liked it. And went up a tier. Nice. Trying to battle my way back. Alright. On to the next one. Okay, so last game I went against Dimir. And the problem was that the opponent, they got mana screwed. Bad. And they played Snowland, and I got a Redain out, which, being on 2 land, then if you happen to get a Snowland, comes out tapped. They really couldn't do anything. I felt really bad. So I'm not going to include that video. So I try not to include videos that either I get mana screwed or the opponent gets mana screwed, because that's not a game. That's not worth watching. It's just one-sided, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to watch that on any content creator where it's like, oh, you're just boasting you won, you know? Hopefully we get a third land. We've been really fortunate that a lot of the games today that I played, I've been able to go first. Another good card, but I could have used a land. They're playing red. I'm wondering if they're going to be a vampire deck, because I see what they're rocking for sleeves. An Auric deck? Is it Auric? It's a third land. Do they play snow? That's the question. So, getting Redain out here might not really do anything if they got flyers. It helps, but really don't know what to do here. Let's just boast. Let's just stack this side up with human tokens. This one right here is the new card that I put in, and it only works great when they have 1/1 tokens, which Luminarch would be great in this spot. Intrepid, when you come out in the fourth round with Intrepid, and it gains those the counters to put +1/+1 on all your creatures, then this becomes where you could give it invulnerability for all your creatures at that point. So being tapped out, I'm going to take advantage. Okay, they go to 9, which in this day and age is really nothing. Especially now that they have blue on the board. So they got red, white, and blue. And they left 2 open. They could Fading Hope, maybe? Ooh, really tough one here. If I Intrepid, I can do 4, or I could do 6. 6 is the better. And if they Fading Hope it, I could just cast it back because I didn't get a land. Down to 5. Are you going to scoop or get something good out? So far, I'm on 2 rounds to lethal the opponent, unless they can get some life. They foretell. They foretell it could be multiverse. Alright, let's do this again. They could probably... Yep. They didn't really do anything that at all. It's just weird. I mean, what did they do? They just environmental science and divide by 0 one of my cards. Okay, let's try again to the next one. Alright, let's see if we can make this... How many in a row? 8. Every time I say I have a streak going, I lose. So we're finally going to get a game I might actually lose. Alright, 3 mana. Fallen, Cathar, Elite. I like this setup. I wish I had a 2-drop. Maybe Luminarch would have been nice. Sun Gold. And I go again. On the play, I've been pretty good. I play tested a little bit more Crimson Vow in this deck, and some of it didn't really mesh all that well. So I honed it back to what I played before. I just put in Thalia and what is it? All at the Escort. I find the synergies work a lot better. All right, I'm gonna Skyclave this because if I brutal it and they kill my brutal, I don't want them gaining life. So I'll just, if they kill the Skyclave, then they just get a token. I think I'll elite next turn, see what they're rocking on that side. What is this? Sleeves. Ooh, those are nice. I would expect with this sleeve that this is a mono red deck, or half splash of red. Are they playing Angels? Or Selesnya? Alright, well that changes a bit. Let's get a flyer out. Gonna need to go over the top anyway. Ooh. Oh, even worse. Alright, so there are ways. How many mana do they have? 3? So they're closer to Ren than 7. They can borrow time my... I'd much rather get that one out of the way. Should I be aggressive? Take out their tokens? No, I can't boast. So let me see. They can get an Innkeeper out, so that if they take block with a token, get an Innkeeper, they still can't power up Zekas. Unless they get another creature over here that they just drew. Top deck another creature. Which, they top deck a land. So they're going to borrow time the Spellbinder. So they can't use a Zekas. Alright, so now I have 5. So I'm going to get Luminarch out. I'm going to Brutal Cathar the token. Skyclave. Down to 5. Innkeeper. They're up to 6, 7. They need the blockers. Get the Escort out. And they scoop. Alright, the streak is at 9.